Yeah, I mean, it's so hard to tell. It's funny because you'll read what people are saying about different things, and I don't know. Like, there's people who would see that and say, "Oh yeah, that song reminds me of this thing here," and then someone else is like, "That sounds like what?" I mean, it's all over. It's so much of what you bring to, or get out of any art. I think is what you bring to it, what you've been exposed to.
Yeah.
Like, you only have, like, you have a lens with which you can see a piece of art, and yeah, that lens is totally different for everybody.
Well,
and I think for us, it's harder than anyone to
that's what-
see how it's connecting to something else we've done.
When you're so inside something, I think it's really hard to see how outsiders are going to perceive something. Like, I mean, that's not the first time I've heard people say the Great. It kind of feels like a throwback kind of thing. The Beggars I've heard or whatever, but that never occurred to me until I heard somebody say that.
I mean, there's people that are. There's always going to be some people who are like stuck on. Usually, it's Artist in the Ambulance, and they're just angry that we still have not made Artist in the Ambulance too. But I think it's a very small vocal minority. But I think what's been exciting, especially with the last record, is it does seem like a lot of people are hearing the band for the first time, or it's just getting a fresh listen. But yeah, it's been great to, I don't know, see people outside of a certain kind of subgenre that would have like heard us as we were coming up more. People just from totally different backgrounds of music hearing it and being excited about it.
I think like an interesting and kind of common criticism I think that we get is that people are bummed that we're not heavy anymore, which is kind of an interesting to me. Yeah, heavy, because I mean, I guess, you know, that just like anything else, that's kind of like a personal thing, you know, subjective thing, like what you feel is heavy and what's not. Because I feel like, to me, a lot of the stuff we've been making more currently is like, to me, feels heavier the way I perceive what is heavy than like what we started with. So
here's the reason there will never be an Artist Ambulance 2 is because it will never, even if we executed whatever that is, it's not going to ever feel that way to the person listening. Like, so much of what you love in a record that you heard at a certain time is like, it's connected to so many other things happening. So especially a record that you heard in your like teens or something, like so like formational all the time, and like you can't recreate that for someone. Like, it just hits them at a certain point at a certain time, and yeah, it can't be replicated.
I can't play guitar like that anymore. Yeah.
You don't want to.
Well, I mean, it's just I think we all play our instruments really differently now. So.